EA Sports. And we are underway in this AFC Wildcard Weekend contest. We'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Burrow from the gun. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First down, Burrow to throw. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To throw again, it's Burrow. And oh, he drops the deep shot. A big play to start the game, but it slips through, incomplete.
And that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged the bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They send a tight end in motion. This is Henry on 2nd. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10, here's Jackson. His first throw is an interception. Jermaine Pratt picks it. And the Bengals take possession of the football. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
Here's Etienne on 1st down. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Burrow setting up the play action. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Now toss it to Etienne. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 16. He'll get this to Etienne. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Another run for Henry. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running once more with Henry. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Changing it up here. Jackson escapes, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. From the gun, Jackson. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Charlie Jones on the Bengals return. The return begins on their side of midfield. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And it'll be Bengals football. New set of downs for him from the 46. first down. Here's Burrow. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. It is caught left side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
On third down, here's Burrow. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line in the game is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Give right side to Henry. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Remain cracked with the play defensively.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Putting a receiver in motion. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it. Leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So it's going to be 4th and short.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they'll get ready to go on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now a give to ETN running right. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Defensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. He's throwing deep to the left side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
He's going to push one deep down the right. First time this game they've looked to it. So that brings up 4th and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Ravens will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. He lobs it deep middle. Big gain downfield. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Brown with a return here. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now give this up the middle to ETN. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. ETN again. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Bengals hoping to take a lead going into the break. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here we go. Burrow throwing out of the pistol. Dumped off to his running back. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here we go. Throwing is Burrow. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. From the gun, ETN gets it. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
2nd and 3 now. Now Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little giant after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here we go. Looking to throw, Burrow. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. The rookie from Georgia has it. He got hit as he tried to throw, and normally those linemen are the ones making that hit to affect the pass, Brock. It is so nice to see one of the big boys on the other end of the impact play getting the INT that time.
And couldn't you almost feel the thought bubbles coming off his helmet? Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. You don't get many chances to get an interception as a D lineman, and that ball seemed to be in the air forever for him, but he makes the play. His friends, his family are celebrating, and most importantly, his teammates right by him.
Score one for the big boys, baby. He was looking for Mark Andrews, and it sets up 2nd down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
They go play fake with Jackson. Got for big yards on the right side. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. First down throw for Jackson. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Baltimore. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. He stopped on the return at the 27. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Throwing on the run, deep down that left side. That's grabbed inside the 30. And a huge run comes to an end as he heads out of bounds. Wow. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Has him on the quick hitter. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. Working inside the red zone. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals earn the chance to tie it before halftime. T. Higgins, the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Valus Jones now on the return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. One last play before the break. Throwing it just before halftime. He beams one deep right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. With this kick, we're back underway. A spot in the divisional round on the line. And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sailed over the end zone, Brock. But with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Henry. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Going to the ground again on first. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he's tackled for a short gain. It's a 3-yard gain, only a yard shy of the marker on 3rd down. Motioning one of the tight ends. Turning to Henry on 3rd. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Looks like they will indeed try it, 4th and 2. He'll throw it. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Trying it right side with Etienne. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the 48. Brought in by Chase near the sideline. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals. New set of downs for him at the 38. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. downs to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Complete beyond the marker. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll get this to Etienne. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Out of the gun, a give to Etienne. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Burrow from the gun. The throw is caught. And this one does not go far.
These kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Looking to throw. Into traffic. Complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Brooks will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
On the give, it's Brooks. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Hey, I know 3rd and 1 feels like an automatic running down, but after seeing that last play yield you nothing, this offense and that coordinator's got to see the doubt. This defense playing some mind games with them.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. It's a design boot. Flushed out of the pocket. The back grabs it. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Big moment coming up for Evan McPherson on this attempt. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the fourth quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. A draw now. This is Henry. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he works this to the 38 before going down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Butkus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long. Lamar now from the gun. That's Mitchell on the slant. And he'll be brought down at about the 29.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. He's back to throw. He's got it to his running back. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
So close to getting off the field. The 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Henry running to the left. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal. Now with 2:09 left on the clock, we got a timeout from the defense. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens down by only 3. Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal. Once more, here's Henry. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens have taken the lead late. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Now a crucial point after to stretch the lead beyond a field goal. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. He stopped on the return at the 27.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. Back to throw. Has it downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
He'll look to throw it. That's going to be caught by all. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle the line. Cut near the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Man in motion here. 11. Setting up to pass. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. First down, here's Lamar. Buying some time right. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again is Lamar. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Jermaine Pratt picks it. And the Bengals make the play that should win them this game.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Now with just 7 seconds left in the game, we've got a timeout.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Running the toss here to Brooks. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play.
Yeah, you'd sure love to see a little more yardage when you get into the open field, but this offense, it will take a new set of downs with that toss run.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to Etienne. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And you never want to count out those wild card teams once the postseason begins, right? We've seen a few go on magical runs before, and they've officially begun theirs here, fighting their way to next week's divisional round games. So for Brock Huard, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Baltimore.